as we will have the 5 red lights on here in Baku. And it's lights out and away we go down to turn 1. Cookie's got a good start. Ness right in behind, looking for the move. Cookie side by side with Nessus. They have a little bit of contact as the Audi of Cyclics now round the outside of Ness, looking for a move. As Fakiri's got shunted in the back. We can't even see what is happening around him because the camera angles are not giving us anything. As in the background, a big amount of shunts, but I think everyone's gotten away relatively cleanly. Never mind, as for some reason Mallard's ghosting and there's a VSC out, and Raza with a little bit of contact in the middle pack, but there's been a lot of contact here as Cyclics gets ahead of Nis at the VSC, and Cookie now is going to try and disappear down the road. Cyclics is letting Nis back through again, but that VSC may have cost them dearly. Rio Haas, who had the quali ban, all the way up to P13. As a car into the box, it's Pablo's. As Thori and Nuki side by side. Thori tries to get round the outside. Thori leaves the track though, goes a bit deep. And that opens the door to Creamy on the inside. And I just love the camera angles this game gives you. Sometimes just not at all what you want to see. Very strange. That's in the background. Raza down the inside of the Audi and the McLaren, as the Audi and the McLaren come together. Fakiri with big damage, and what's happened? Fakiri pitted into the wall by the McLaren of Gordon, and Fakiri now down to P9. Big damage for the Audi, and it looked like Fakiri was having an issue before he even got to that corner. And Rio back on the rear through the middle sector we go, and Rio side by side with Tai gets back ahead. Rio, oh, what a switchback it is from the Cadillac if he can make it stick. Yes, he does. Beautiful move by Rio Haas in the middle sector. In the background, though, we got Thori and Creamy battling for position down into turn 1. Creamy on the inside, Thori around the outside. Thori gonna make it stick as Gordon and Rio battle on the exit of turn 2. And Rio ahead of the McLaren. And Alex now gonna look on the rear of Cyclics, picks the outside of the Audi driver, and Alex now up to P3, and can Alex possibly could be fighting for P2 here as Rio down the inside of Raza. Raza going to look back ahead of the Cadillac driver, but the Cadillac driver available as P16. Creamy gets back ahead of Thori. We're going to watch Fakiri down the inside of Dub Z. Fakiri missing an entire nose as he does get back ahead. And can Pablos get ahead on the exit? Looks down the inside, and a big contact between the Haas and the Ferrari, and the Haas just turns in on him on exit. And down the inside, can the Mercedes go for the move? Side by side they go, and both leaving the room, and Mallard gets ahead of the Haas driver into P12, as Gordon on the inside of Lord McJigglebun as Fakiri's retired in the pit lane. And safe to say you could see that one coming with how his race had went. As Gordon and Raza, who may look to battle potentially even into the pit lane, as Raza pulls out to the left hand side. Is Ollie going to dive in front of him? No, Ollie's going to continue on the time here. Is Cookie going to pick the inside of the Cadillac driver and gets ahead? Yellow flag out. It's Alex! Alex, who was leading the race, has went deep. He's went deep at turn 3, and all his hard work for this reverse stint has been undone. And Rio needs to be pushing as hard as he can because he wants to get ahead of Alex as soon as possible, because if Rio gets inside that overtake range of the Williams, Diggs now down the inside of Ollie. Ollie picks the outside of Creamy, and they've both got ahead of Creamy down into turn 3 as Diggs through into P13. Meanwhile, Nis right on the rear of Rio Harris as Rio looks to try and stick with Alex if he can. But can Lord put any pressure on Thori down into turn 3? Lord in the Mercedes looks for the move down the inside, and Lord makes that move stick. Find a way through on Creamy. Creamy going to look to go defensive as the Mercedes going to try and dive it around the outside. But Creamy defending well and parks his car exactly where it needs to. Lord going to look through at turn 4. Down the inside he goes side by side. And can Lord make it stick? It'll be a beautiful move if he can. He has. Brilliant move from the Mercedes. Finds some extra grip on the inside. Gordon gets through on Mallard as Mallard makes a mistake. In the background, got Diggs ahead of Godzilla into P15, and Diggs must have made some sort of mistake because I think he was P14 earlier. As Lord now, oh, into the rear of Thory. Not quite sure what Lord was thinking, but does get round the outside. I mean, 11. As Lord now trying to get ahead of Creamy. Creamy defending the inside. Will Lord break later? Creamy on the inside. Breaks late, but oh, Diggs, bit of contact. Thory in the background, also bit of contact. And Diggs tried to send his nose in on the inside of the Mercedes. And the Mercedes towards the end here. We've also got Gordon actually on the rear of Ty Clear. This battle came out of nowhere. Gordon, who was on the recovery drive, doing a different strategy to everyone else, got into P7 now. As Lord now down the inside of the McLaren. And will the McLaren have enough in tow to defend here? Don't think he has enough as Diggs right on the rear. Dub Z down the inside of Thory. Dub gets through on the Cadillac as Diggs down the inside of Creamy as well. And Creamy now loses 2 spaces. Head up to the front where Cookie weaves as he crosses the line and wins in Baku by a mile. Cookie wins by almost 15 seconds to Nis in behind. It was not an easy task for Nis. Nis had to fight his way back, but gets P2 in the end, and that is the minimum that Nis would have wanted to take as Nis finishes P2. Alex, despite his race not going his way, Alex into P3 still gets a podium for Williams. Rio with a brilliant driver of the day performance gets P4. As down the order we go, Thory loses out to Godzilla, and Diggs continues to chase after Lord. We're keeping an eye on this battle to the line as Ollie should finish in P6 as he crosses the line now ahead of Gordon and Ty Clear. Mallard in P9, a brilliant result for the Mercedes driver, although the Tier 2 reserve driver that is. As we'll keep an eye on Diggs and Lord to the line, and we burn everything here, does Diggs, if he wants to get ahead of the Mercedes as he charges on the rear of the Mercedes. Diggs on the outside, can he beat him to the line? And yes he does. Diggs into P11, snatches P11 away from Lord as Godzilla looks to chase Dub Z but can't get it, and Thory in P16 grabs the final points paying position.